Well, again, good morning. We're going to get started here with our workout. We'll try to keep this between about 30 and 40 minutes. We're going to start with a warm-up today here at Up and Moving. So I'm just going to have you, if I didn't mention it, my name is Steve. Going to have you just do a little marching in place today. Give you a little overview of what's coming up. We have 6 different exercises that we're going to work through today. Going to break those down into kind of group them together with 2 different exercises. Going to focus quite a bit on the legs and core today. I might give you a set of push-ups or 2 to do after the workout on your own, and trying to add in some variety today. Our students are just wrapping up the semester, so I'm kind of filling in for them. Hopefully they get a good break, and you'll see them back here in a couple of weeks. We're going to do a little side to side here, so we're going to swing our arms. It looks like a good turnout this morning. I want to welcome everybody watching on Zoom. I know some people are also tuning in on Facebook Live, and if you're watching this later on the YouTube channel, thanks for joining us this morning. Yep, so just kind of a nice side-to-side step here. Everything today, the 5 out of the 6, I should say, exercise will be standing, and I'm going to say the last one seated for the very end, seated on the floor. I'll do my best to show you a little bit more of a advanced and modified version, so you can pick what works best for you. And again, we'll stay standing or seated on the chair, whatever works. And then at the end, we'll be down on the floor, if that's good for you guys. So, okay, next, we're going to come back together here. We're going to put our hands together like this. Going to go like this and here. And what I want to show you is a little variation here. So I'm going to have my hands out like this. I'm going to come together to the side. And I'm going to come back and go to the other side. I'm kind of making a T. And then I'm bringing my hands together. Yep. When you do this, I have a little bit of a kind of a side rotation with my foot. A little pivot there. Kind of opening up the shoulders and the trunk here. A little bit of a twist. A nice little warm up here. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're just going to walk around in the space that you have, and I just want you to do some, we call these butt kicks. So you're just going to bring your leg up like this. Kind of try to have your heel touch your butt. Just going to walk around here in the camera. You can do a circle or a square. While you're doing this, I should add, I do have a chair close by if I need it for support or balance. Countertop would work. If you want to need additional support and just do this standing, that's okay too. And then as you're doing this, we're going to mix it up a little bit, keep going in a circle. What I'd like you to do is just do some knee hugs, knee grabs, I should say. Kind of bringing that knee up to your chest. Just kind of walking around here. And when you're ready, come back to the kind of center point here. Do a couple of jumping jacks here to get our heart rate up. Going to do a modified version, so I'm going to step out to the side and put my arms up. Step out to the other side. Yep. If you want to go a little faster, that's okay. These can be done standing, these can be done seated. Do a few more here. I'll just show the seated variation. We're warming up here. Just again, put the leg out, arms up, leg out, arms up. Same thing here. Okay, last couple here. We'll actually transition if you're willing and able. We'll do just a couple of regular ones. Yep. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Just to have you walk around in place or walk around in a circle. Should be breathing a little harder now. That's good. Do a little marching in place here. Last thing we're going to do is a little arm swing, a little arm circles, I should say. I'm doing these forward direction. And we'll make them a little bit bigger. Side view here. And then we'll pause for a second, start to reverse the direction. All right, so hopefully you're ready to go. First exercise, we're going to start with legs and then do a little bit of trunk or core. We're going to do a couple sets of these. I want to emphasize maybe starting a little bit easier, and we'll progress them just a touch harder each time. So first one here, if you have something for support, a chair or a countertop or side of the couch or something, that wouldn't hurt, and then you can progress to see how challenging you want to make it. We're basically just going to put our leg out to the side and raise it. We're going to go back and forth here, doing a little hip abduction, as we call this. You should feel this outside of the butt, outside of the leg. And faster isn't always better, so you can do these controlled and slow. We're going to do about 15 on each side. So we've already given you credit here for, let's say, 3 on each side. I'm going to count up to 30 here. And if you can't go quite as high as I'm showing, that's fine. I'm going to have you keep going here. We're at about 10. If you're doing this seated, you can put your leg out, bring it back together, put it out to the side, bring it back in. Again, you should feel it kind of on the outside of the legs back here in the butt region too. Okay, we're over halfway. Let's do 10 more. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're good. Okay. We'll move into our next exercise. These are called sumo side bends. I'm not sure if we've done these before with the students. So while you're recovering here, I want you to have your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and then turn your toes out just a little bit. I'll show you the easy version first and then the more modified one. So I'm just going to bend down a little bit, hands up here on my head. I'm going to bend down a little bit, and then I'm just going to do a side, and almost like my elbow is going to try to touch my knee. And I'm going to go the other side. Give you the side view as you're practicing here. Feet a little past shoulder width. Turn the toes out. Just going to go like I'm trying to have my elbow touch my knee. Okay. One modification you can make is if you want to make this more challenging on the legs, you can go a little deeper in the squat, and then you can get even closer to the knee. Okay, so I'll give you a second there to find what works best for you. We'll get started here in about 5 seconds. For these, we're going to go for time. So I got my stopwatch here. So go ahead and get ready. Feet past shoulder width, pointed out a little bit. And we are ready to get started. So yeah, go to one side and the other side. Should be feeling it, maybe a little bit in the legs, but definitely here on the sides when you're twisted down. Not a bad idea to maybe pick something to focus on the wall. Think about good form. And if you have to modify and only go a little bit to each side, that's okay too. We have a little squat here. I'm going to go about 10 more seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll rest. As we're resting here, next time you do those, really think about kind of a dynamic crunch when you're bringing that elbow down to the knee, almost like you're sort of crushing a nut, so to speak. I'm going to use the chair again for this one. If you want a little bit more challenge, we're going to go back to our side leg raises or hip abduction. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, instead of using both hands, just use one fingertip. Even more challenge would be to do these unsupported. You'll tie a lot more balance in. So I'm going to go for the one hand, one fingertip and see if I'm ready for the completely unbalanced one at the end. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll go ahead and start with the right leg. Again, slower and controlled is a good thing. So here we go. We'll do 15 on each side. I like to alternate them so we can go up to 30. Looking good, everybody? Think about standing tall, looking ahead. I think we're about halfway. Those hip or butt muscles are getting a little tired. That's what we're looking for. You can always try to take that hand off. If you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge, I'm going to move over here just a tiny bit and see. But if you're getting really wobbly and shaky, add that hand back in. Let's do 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, last couple, 4, 3, 2, all right, last one, good work. Get a drink if you need to. We'll get ready for those side sumo bends here. And between any exercise, if you feel like you're doing pretty well, you can always march in place just as a little active recovery here. We'll use that as optional. If you're seated as well, you can march in place too if you're waiting for me for the next exercise. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to go just a little bit deeper on my squats here. I felt like the last ones I was kind of here, so I'm just going to go just a smidge deeper. We're going to start here, get the timer going, and whenever you're ready, we will go ahead. Okay. So think about going to the side. Try and have that elbow touch the knee. Sort of crunching that walnut here as we come down. It's a Dynamic crunch and then back up. Crunch and back up. After the crunch, think about standing nice and tall, looking ahead. You can always experiment a little bit, see if you can go just a little closer to that knee. Going to give you the other view here. Looking good, everybody. Last 5 here for you. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1.5, 1, and rest. Okay, we got one more set of both of those, and then we're going to move on to the next exercise after that, our lunges and our star abs. So for this last one, I'm going to have the support if I need it, but I'm going to see if I can do my 30 without touching here. So we're going to start in about 10 seconds. Our last set of hip raises here, hip abduction as we call it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with my right leg in 3, 2, 1, raising it up, and the other side. Need that hand for balance? That's fine. If you need both, or if you're doing it seated, we're targeting those muscles on the outside of the leg and kind of back here in the butt. Give folks a thumbs up. I can see in the video here, some of you looks like good form. So we're approximately halfway. Nice and controlled. Let's do the last 10 here. Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here, 1, and we're good. Okay, we'll take just a quick rest here, get the last set of sumo side bends. We'll have a little bit longer break as we get into the next group. Just going to check the chat here, the chat feature. Okay. All right, when you're ready, we'll get to our little mini squat here. Have our hands up and ready. We're going to start in 5 seconds here. Okay, let's get after it. Think about that dynamic crunch and pop back up. Crunch, up. Really trying to target those muscles in the stomach and the side. Don't forget about that squat. Looking good. We're over halfway. Okay, last 10 here. 10. Doing good. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, quick break. Take a quick break, grab a drink. When you're ready, I'll have you come back and just do a little marching in place. That'll give me the signal when I know folks are ready, just watching those on Zoom here. If anybody's just tuning in on Facebook Live, thanks again for joining us. We're going through our next set of exercises here. What we're going to do next is a reverse lunge. I think in the workout here, we've done a lot of forward lunges where you step forward, bend down, come back. We're actually going to do the opposite. So I'm going to have my feet, about hip width apart. So nice athletic stance here. And I'm going to step back with my left leg. I'll show you the couple different views here. So hands out here. I'm going to actually just take a step back, bend down a little bit, and come forward. Let me show you this a couple different ways. If I'm at the side here, I'm going to step back with my left leg, come down, and come back up. It's just kind of the opposite of the normal lunge where you see people go forward. I just want you to practice a couple here. I'll show the seated version in a second, so don't do a bunch, but just practice a couple. From the side view, when you go back, I want you to think about two things. This knee doesn't have to go all the way down to the floor. That's the advanced version. The right knee, I want you to make sure that this is not going over the toes. So you can see it's behind my toes. And as I do this, it's okay to do kind of an intermediate or a modified one. We can always go deeper the next set. Show you this view here. Notice this knee is not, I'm not doing this, but it's behind the foot. So just practice that for a second. And then if you are seated, I'm going to have you go to the edge of the chair. And you're just going to kind of pivot, okay? And you can put that forward knee out, the other knee back. And you can, if you need to hang on to the side to brace, or up here, or whatever the chair is, you're just kind of simulating the motion. Okay, same thing. Kind of moving forward a little bit, putting some weight on here, some weight on here. So leg out, leg back, hanging on to support if you need it, and you're putting weight on both legs. You're just kind of transferring some of the weight from the chair to your body, but still having support. Okay, thanks for getting through the explanation there. I'll show you the side view. We're going to go for a total of 20. So 10 on each side. We'll alternate from each side. So I'll get us started here if you can see me. So I'm going to start stepping back on my left leg. So stepping back on left, coming up, stepping back on right. Yep. These don't have to be super deep. The deeper you go, the more advanced. Just thinking about form, control here, making sure the knees are behind the toes. Okay, that's about 10. So halfway, we'll do a few more. Looking good, everybody. Last 4 more to go here, approximately 4, 3, 2. Okay, good work. 1. Take a quick break here, then we're going to go into another set of sort of standing abs called star abs. Okay, next, for these, we're going to have our hands up like this. It's going to be a little bit different of a twist. And all we're going to do is we're going to bring our knee up to our opposite sort of arm. So if I have my right arm gonna kind of try to touch my right elbow to my left knee. So everybody can see this, and we'll go ahead and jump right into these. These are a little bit easier. I'm gonna have you go here for a set time. For folks that are doing it seated, pretty much the same thing. That's the nice thing about this. You can have your hands up and then just lift the opposite leg. So if I'm lifting my, gotta think about it here. If I'm lifting my left leg, then my right arm is gonna try to touch, and then opposite here. Yep. So I'll keep showing you here. Keep up the good work. You can get a little bit of pep in your step here if you're standing. So we're over halfway here. Go about another 15 seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're good. Good work, good work. So take a minute, recoup here, and then we'll get right back into those reverse lunges. As you're resting here for a second, those reverse lunges, now that you got the form down a little bit, if you feel comfortable and want to go just a little deeper, that's okay. Just remember the form that we talked about, keeping those knees behind the toes. And you should feel it both in the kind of the butt, the back end here, and probably a little bit in the quads as well. So I'm going to start it on the side view. We're going for 20, so 10 on each side. We've been alternating back and forth. So let's get going here. Here we go, reverse lunge. Yep, and when I'm coming down, I'm feeling it in the butt and the quad here. Yep. As we're doing these, I'm just going to show if you need a little chair support, if you're a little wobbly, that's okay. Just going to have a hand here for balance. If the seated version is a little too easy, but the standing a little too hard, you can do a modified one just like this. Whatever is most comfortable and challenging for you. Let's finish up. Last 5 here. We might have gone a little over. 4, 3, 2, 1. Extra one there. Okay. Just going to check. There's a question here. Okay. Just give me a thumbs up if you're doing okay so far with the reverse lunges. Okay, good. Yep. Let's get into our star abs here. Hands up here like we're going to touch the sky. Yep. Give a couple of claps here, and we'll go ahead and get started. So right knee and left arm. Everybody's looking great on the Zoom video here, and remember to keep those hands up. They kind of want to drop down. I don't mind we're dropping down there. Good reminder, kind of bringing that elbow, feeling that, again, that dynamic crunch. We're working the trunk today and the stomach muscles. Okay, let's do 10 more. So 10, 9, keep those hands up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, crunch. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Take a little breather here. We got one more round of those. If you need a drink, that's great. If you've been standing, feel free to sit down on the chair for a second here. As you're resting here, getting geared up for the last set of reverse lunges, I'm just going to walk you through one other cue. So when I'm coming down, and I'm really kind of loading my leg here, I just want you to think about a little bit of a spring as you come back up. So it just makes it a little bit more dynamic. So just a little bit of a spring or a pop there. And just a friendly reminder, there's lots of ways here with hanging onto the chair, doing it seated, modifying the depth to meet your ability. So we're really trying to make sure we're challenging people, but also not making it too difficult. When you guys are ready, we'll come back. You just start marching in place. That'll give me the signal that you're ready to go. And I'm going to turn to the side view, and we'll do the last set of 20 here. So here we go. Let's get started. Yep, and if you can, when you come back up, a little bit of a pop back up. So pop, up, up, up. You get the idea. Okay, we're definitely over halfway. Last few here. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One extra bonus one here, and we got it. Good work. We're going to keep our heart rate up here and hop right into those last star abs. Get you marching in place after you grab a quick drink if you need it. Okay, last set of star abs. Hands nice and tall, reaching up towards the sky. Here we go. Doing great, everybody. Give you a little break after this one. Then we got our last 2 exercises coming up. There's a little bit of a twist in it for you, literally. Yep, remember to keep those arms up. Bring that knee to the elbow. I know I'm breathing hard here and sweating. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you got it. 2, 1, and a bonus one. There we go. Looking good, everybody. Take a quick breather here. While you're resting and recovering here, I'm going to start to explain our last leg movement. This is a little bit of a hop in our step, or a little bit of a mini jump squat. So I'll walk you through it here. Maybe give you the side view to start out with. So we're going to think about 1, 2, 3, jump. This is a small jump. So again, nice athletic stance here, feet about shoulder width apart. I'm going to start by just going down. When I come up, that's 1. When I come up again, that's 2, And now this time when I do 3, I'm just going to give just a baby jump. But I really want you to focus when you do this baby jump that when you land, a little bit softer on the legs, and you should feel like your muscles are kind of a shock. They're taking up the brunt of the landing here. So 1, 2, and then on the third one, just a little bit of a hop, a little bit of a jump, I should say. Now, as we do these, let's practice a couple. As we do the next couple of sets, we can always jump a little higher if you feel comfortable. If you don't, you can just come up on your toes and down. So I'll show it a couple more times as you're practicing here. So we start by going down, up once, up twice, and then the third time, just a little hop. As you do the depth, you can go, about, if you want to think 45, 60 degrees, you can go a little less. 1, 2, and a little hop. When you land, you want those muscles to take up. So try a couple of those, save it for the workout. For the folks that are doing it seated, kind of same thing here. Going to have you shift to the edge of the chair. Nice athletic stance here. And we're coming down. I just want you to shift your weight on your legs. Then you can come back. That's 1. Same thing, that's 2. And then for this third one, if you want to take your arms and lift just a little bit off the chair, that would simulate the jump. So side view here, we have the support from the chair. Okay, we're going to shift onto our legs. We're going to shift a little bit back on the chair. Now the second time, and then the third time, we're really going to just bring our butt off the chair a little bit here. We're going to come back down. Okay, I hope you're ready here. I'm going to give this a shot. It's a 1, 2, 3 with a little jump. We're only going to do 10 of these. These are going to be challenging. So I hope you're ready here. Okay, so count with me. Nice athletic stance. We're going to go down. So down. So up 1, up 2, up 3, and a hop. So 1, 2, 3, jump. So 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. So jump on 3. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, and jump. 1, 2, 3, and jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. Let's do about 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and jump. 1, 2, 3, and jump. Last one here. 1, 2, 3, and jump. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good work on those. Hopefully my counting didn't throw you off too much. I think the next one, I'll have you try to count a little bit on your own in the beginning. We'll see if we can come together on the last ones, in case your speed is a little different than mine. Give you a quick rest here. We're going to jump back into these, literally pun intended, because I'm saving the last exercise for us to be down on the floor with our twists. As you're recovering here, again, when you do this, you can keep the 1, 2, and a little jump. When you land, make sure you're feeling it back here. If you want to, I was showing a little bit more in between, so a little bit deeper. And if you're really looking for the advanced version, lots of variation there. But can't emphasize enough, when you land, we want the muscles really to take up the shock and not the bones per se. Okay, let's get into it. Giving you a quick rest here. This is the hardest one of the day. So nice athletic stance. We'll go down here. I'll have you count in the beginning. I'll get us started and I'll help us finish. Here we go. We're going to go down, Up 1, up 2, up 3, jump. Up 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, jump. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more here. So 1, 2, and jump. 1, 2, and jump. 1, 2, and jump. And last one for the bonus. 1, 2, and jump. Okay. Good work, everybody. Probably feeling like your heart breathing is up. That's good. Give you a little bit of rest here, and we'll finish up the last one. And again, just emphasizing, find your comfort zone here. If a jump isn't maybe just quite, you're ready for that, you can always go 1, 2, and come up on your toes a little bit, and come down. And do a baby jump, medium jump, big jump. Really think when you land, the legs are taking up the shock here. Okay, when you're ready, if you give me a thumbs up and march in place, I'll know we're ready for the last set of leg exercises here before we get to the floor. Okay, thanks for the feedback here. We'll get you through it. So we're going to do 10. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, jump. Feel free to swing those arms. 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, jump. Halfway. 1, 2, jump. 1, and jump. 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, 2 to go here. Here we go. Last 2. 1, 2, and jump. 1, 2, jump. Last one. 1, 2, and jump. Okay, good work, everybody. We're getting on the home stretch here. Last core exercise of the day. We're at about 40 minutes here, so right on track to get done around 45. If you need a mat or a blanket or something to sit on the floor, I'm on carpet here. So as I get ready, I'm going to come down to the floor here. Give you a little quick breather here. We'll finish it up. These are called Russian twists. I'm going to demonstrate here as you're watching and as you're recovering. So I'm going to bring my feet up, kind of bend my knees here. And I would definitely recommend trying these without weight. All I'm going to do is pretend like I have something out in front of me. Want to emphasize keeping my arms straight. I'm not kind of bending my arms, I'm keeping them straight. And I'm going to do a little bit of a twist to my left and then to my right. Left to my right. I'll give you the side view here as you're watching and recovering. So legs are bent, arms straight out in front of me, twisting to the left, twisting to the right. If you can go part way, that's perfectly fine. That's a good modification. As you're trying, just experimenting, save some for the workout here. If you want a little bit more advanced, you can always lift those feet up and do it unsupported. You might have to lean back a little bit. Kind of same thing here. Those are pretty hard. I'm going to save those for round 2 for me. When you do have your legs bent, you can lean back. That's good. If If you find that's a little challenging, be a little bit more upright. So take a quick second here to find out what works best for you, and we'll get started in about 15 seconds here. Just to note, if you are seated and you don't want to be on the floor, we can do these same ones on the chair. Just like shown here. Okay, go ahead and get in position. This is our last exercise of the day. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Lean back a little bit. Starting with the left and the right. Left and right. Should be feeling again sides, stomach. And even feel a little bit in the arms to keep them out in front. We're going to go for a set duration here. Keep it going. I'm going to go another 15 seconds here. And if it's getting a little easy, try to pick your legs up off the ground. It gets a lot harder. I keep mine. Last 5, 4, 3. Just count side to side here. 2, and take a break. I'm going to grab a quick question here. Looks like waiting room. Hopefully feel those in the side of the abs and the stomach. We've definitely done some legs and core. As we finish up here, this is our last exercise, just a couple more minutes. And if you're looking for a little bit more arm stuff, you could always do a set of push-ups after the workout or later today. I think we've targeted a lot of muscles. So, okay, I want to keep us on track here to get us done. So we're going to start in 10 seconds. I'm going to pick my legs up off the ground this time. And I'm going to lean back a little bit, arms out in front. And let's get after it. So a Russian twist here. And these don't have to be fast. Always put the feet back on the ground if you need to. Additional challenge if you had a medicine ball or a 1 pound weight, that'd give you something to hang on. Lots of different ways to make it easier or harder here. Might be feeling it kind of the hip flexors too. You're lifting your legs off the ground. Let's go another 10 here, last few. Keep it going, everybody. You can put the feet back down. That's okay. Last couple here, 3, 2, and take a break. One more to go, and then we'll get into our cool down for today. So and kind of shake out the legs, shake out the arms. A quick little stretch. Sometimes people do between this. Kind of a yoga pose here, or the cobra. Okay, last exercise of the day here. We're going to start about 15 seconds. Pick the variation that works best for you. If you're seated on the chair, you have your knees bent, legs on the ground, or if you're picking those up a little bit. If you want to add weight, adds one more level of difficulty. Here we go, last one. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1 with the Russian twist. Really Think about keeping those arms straight. We're not bending the arms, but we're twisting here. Over halfway, keep it going here. Something that helps me is sometimes I cross my legs here. Okay, home stretch of the workout here. Let's do 5, 4, 3, you got it, keep it up, 2, 1, last one, extra bonus one, and one more bonus one, and we're done. Excellent work. Grab a drink if you need to. We'll do a quick couple-minute cool down, and then we're done for the day. We're all done on the floor as well, so try to save that seated exercise for the end. Have you stand back up. We'll do our stretching cool down here at the end, standing. So. And again, good feedback for me is when you feel like you're ready for the cool down, you got a quick drink and maybe walking around, just come back to the center position. If you want to give me a thumbs up or a little march in place, I'll know that all the participants and everybody's ready for the cool down here. So, okay, thank you again. That really helps me here. I can see some of you up there, but not everybody. Just going to do a little light step in place here, a little light step in march. But great workout so far today. Just about done here with the cool down. Going to go back to our little side to side here. Don't have to go that far, not as big as we did in the beginning, but just a little side to side here. Moving the arms. Can even give a little bit of a twist here. I saw one of our participants doing some arm swings. That's okay too. Okay, next what we're going to do, I'm going to hang on to the chair for this one and stand on one leg. Reach back and do a little quad stretch. Show you the side view here. If you can't quite bring that leg, you can grab kind of the heel, pull it here nice and tall. You can bring it back up. A little bit more challenging version. I see you guys are teaching me a little shared discovery here. You can raise your arm for some balance. I'm going to hang on and nice stretch here in the front part of the leg. We'll do this a little while longer and then we'll switch to the other side. Good stretch there. We'll go ahead and switch it up. We're going to do the opposite leg. While you're stretching this leg out, just want to remind you, upcoming workouts over the Christmas break, our plan is to offer all of our regular workouts. We do those Tuesday nights at 6, Thursdays at 9:30, and then Saturday at 10. All times are Eastern. And we have a few people from Wisconsin joining us. That's awesome. Just remember Central and Eastern there. And then we do have a lunchtime workout at Wednesday at 12 or 12:30. That's kind of a real quick 15, 20-minute, more of a movement break. If you're at work or on the computer, typing, sitting, reading, it's a great way just to take a step back literally and move around at home, at your office, wherever you're at. So you don't need any equipment or workout clothes, but all the same Zoom link. And the Wednesday ones, we don't do those on Facebook, but everything else we do for social media folks. All right, good little stretch there. Just wrapping up here. Another one, what I want you to do is put your feet about a little farther than shoulder width. And we're just going to kind of lean and shift our weight on our right leg and then our left leg. For the folks that are seated, kind of same thing, putting the leg out. You want to lean a little bit. You can feel it in the inside of the leg here. After this one, I got one more stretch for us, and then we are done here. Just a little lean, give you the side to side here. Make sure that knee's behind the toe. Not going that far on this one. Okay. We're actually going to do two more. Next one here, feet about shoulder width apart. Hip width apart. Just going to do a little bend in the legs, come up, tip the head back, look up towards the sky. Should feel a nice little stretch kind of across the belly, the front part of your body. Nice for the back. We've definitely done a lot of exercise today where we're doing crunches, and so we want to stretch this out. You think of a bear, he or she's looking up towards the moon. You can always put the hands out a little wider. Should feel good, a good stretch. And same thing for the folks in the chair that are doing this seated, just like this. All right, very last one here. Come back to the center position. I'm going to take my left leg. I'm going to rotate it out. Take my right leg. I'm going to take a little step back here. I'm going to look forward. I'm going to take my left arm and put it down towards my left knee and just raise my arm up. So I'll give you the modified here. Just put your left leg out, put your hand down there, take a step back, and just kind of reach up. Nice side stretch here. Might feel it in the arm. If you can't reach down that far, that's okay. I can put my hand here, kind of reaching over like this. For the folks that are seated, I think you can see, putting the leg out a little bit here and reaching over. When you're ready, go ahead and switch to the other side. Nice, good stretch here. I want to thank everybody as you're finishing up here. We went the full hour today. I wanted to mix it up, show some new variety. You never know what you're going to get here at Up and Moving. I commend all of you. I know some of you have been on this regular every week or watching it on Facebook or YouTube. So we'll keep the workouts going. Please encourage others to join, participate, fill out our survey. Not only are we trying to keep the community active, we're also trying to understand how active we are and what ways we can make us active and more healthy during the pandemic. So I will end the recording and be happy to stay on with any questions or comments that anybody has. So thanks again, and we'll see you at next workout.